All right, and welcome everybody. Today is day 12 of Rise and Shine Creating 2020 Vision. We're talking all about mindset, and today I have with me here self-love coach Shari Alyse. Welcome, Shari.
Thanks so much, Kim. Nice to rise and shine with you.
I know. We're totally rising and shining on the West Coast.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I was just applauding Shari. I asked all my guests, just give me a little short bio, a little short nugget of who you are and what you do. And she did amazing. And so Shari Alyse is a best-selling author, global speaker, and self-love coach. And you can find out more by connecting with her at sharialyse.com. And I'm going to spell that. It's SHARIALYSE.com. Welcome, Shari.
Thanks so much for having me, Kim. I love spending time with you. No matter how tired or how whatever I am, I see you and I just smile. So I'm grateful for this time. I look forward to it.
I'm really grateful too, because I love what you share and who you are. And we have people here who are just like excited to be hearing from you today. So, woo, okay.
No pressure. No pressure. I better be brilliant.
Exactly. Go. Okay. So, well, in your words, before we get into our conversation about mindset, would you like to just share a little bit more about who you are and what you do?
Sure. So you mentioned, in my super short bio, I am a writer, I'm a speaker, I'm a self-love coach. I also call myself a joy expert. I really spend my full time learning and growing and connecting with myself. And I've always been somebody since the time I was a little girl that really just loved sharing what I learned, because anytime anything made me feel better, I just wanted to make someone else feel better. And so that really is how my journey began, was literally just sharing my own growth. And then it turned into all of this.
I think it's awesome because we all benefit from learning from each other. So that's wonderful that you are so connected to that. So yeah, absolutely. So Shari, I'm going to get right to it. And I want to ask you, in general terms, what comes up for you okay, let me just preface. So here we are talking about creating 2020 vision, and it's all about setting that intention, being deliberate, saying, you know what, I'm taking a stand for me. This is what I choose to move towards. This is what I choose to experience. And so what we're doing with this series is we just spent the last 5 weeks talking about, having a vision, like first deciding what it is you even want. And then now we're in the space of pairing up our mindset. Like, how is our mindset really serving us? And then of course, later we're going to get into conversations about emotions, taking action, and all of that. So with that said, what are your thoughts in general about mindset and how mindset serves and plays a role in connecting with, experiencing that vision?
So mindset is really everything. Mindset feels like if you have the key to it, your life just like the doors just are wide open. Everything changes, perspective changes. And I keep getting this image of the day that I changed my mindset and how everything literally went from being really enclosed and really just feeling like walls were coming in at me to realizing that I had the choice to change my mind, that I could literally just look a different direction and see something in a brand new way. And in that doing so, it literally felt like the golden gates, not golden gates, but the pearly gates opened up and everyone was like, oh, and I was like, oh, you mean I don't have to suffocate and I don't have to have this dark cloud? So mindset really is, it's our beliefs and ideas and thoughts about things, and we can either be stuck in them like quicksand, or it could just be filled with flow and with grace and with ease.
When you think back, thank you for sharing that. When you think back to, some of those first moments of going, oh, I can change my direction here. What helped you in because it can be so hard.
Yeah.
Right. I know people can relate to this. It can be so hard. It's like turning the wheel of something that's already been going really, really fast. And you're like now trying to say, oh no, we're going to change direction. And that's hard.
Record scratch.
Yeah, exactly. So just what helps you in being able to say, I'm going to put in that work. It doesn't have to be hard, right? This is also a mindset. This is also a mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when someone's first choosing to turn that course, then it tends to feel very hard. And so I want to, speaking to that person who's in that space right now where it's really hard, they haven't already gotten the hang of how that can become easier. What would you say helps a person to be able to put in that work, make that effort to transition?
Well, what really helped me was all of the extra challenges and struggles that I put myself through in every situation, to then always come out the other side of it and to always see that I am okay and that I was usually better off than I was. And so I learned the gift of where you can have hindsight. I was like, what about if I didn't wait for hindsight? What about if I chose when something arrived that I can look at it and go, you know what? You're going to be all right. This might be hard. It could be challenging, but I don't have to make it harder or more challenging with my mind going, oh, why is this here again? I'm stuck. This keeps showing up to punish me. Why haven't I ever learned that, that whole pattern that we get to in our heads? So for me and for anyone listening, I would say stand where you're at. Look at some of the stuff that you've been through in your life. Look at what even if you're in the midst of it, what are you learning? How are you growing? How are you evolving? What has happened? Who have you met along the way? What doors opened up for you? All of that. And then go, maybe if I looked at everything this way, then maybe that journey through it wouldn't be as hard.
Oh, that's such an amazing answer. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. And we have like 50 million people in the comments right now. So
50 million people.
I just got to give them a quick shout out here. So hello to Helene and Carol and Chrissy and Shari and Betty. And oh my goodness, all of y'all. So many amazing comments here. Chrissy is saying, Shari is absolutely amazing, awesome, talented, brave, strong, and the absolute best. Love you so much, Shari. Awesome.
You'll get the check in the mail.
Yeah. And Carol is saying, flipping mindset and to find self-love yourself. Yes, that is what we are talking about today for sure. And Helene, of course, is saying, today I am rocking and having a party. Welcome to the party, Helene. Awesome.
If I could just say this, the thing about our minds. So one of the things, and this has been my most recent journey, is becoming friends with my mind. Because what I have come to learn is that my mind, your mind, our minds really work really hard at trying to keep us comfortable, really work hard at what it believes is safe and protective. Right. And so although our hearts may be telling us something, our minds almost want to conflict with it. And that is where I find the challenge and the struggle comes in. And so the work that I've been doing with myself and the people that I coach is really getting them to work in alignment with each other so my mind can support my heart. So my mind isn't trying to dig up problems. So my mind isn't trying to search for the pain. So it's about finding that connection together and saying to my mind, hey, do you think you can support me today?
I love it. Okay. Love it. Love it. Yes. Okay. So Shari, now when I asked you, I asked Shari, I said, what is your vision for 2020? And she gave me a vision. So Shari, you said, actually, I'm jumping ahead. Hold up. I want to share your quote first. Okay. I know I'm skipping something here. Okay. So when I asked Shari what her empowering quote was, she said, let no one ever come to you without leaving better and happier. And that's a Mother Teresa quote. And sounds exactly, that's what you do. That's what you do with people. By sharing your wisdom and your expertise, you let no one leave you without feeling better in some way.
Ever. If I'm going to leave any sort of mark in the world, is that people enjoy being around me. Like that's it, that I made them feel good in some way, in any way that is, whether they leave inspired, whether just with a smile, whether just exhaling a little bit, and in whatever ways that I can do that.
Okay. So I love that so much. And that's also like just this amazing segue to go right into specifically self-love even more. Mm-hmm. So because there's so much going on in the world right now, right?
Yep.
And people are experiencing contrast with different people, and relationships are changing, and so much is transitioning. What would you say to the person who wants to make sure that they are, serving and helping and giving love and all of being love and all of that, and then coming to that place of, oh, not everyone's going to be able to give that love back to me. And how can I shift my mindset to still make sure that I'm in alignment with who I choose to be, and yet I'm honoring myself by not overextending myself, by not, trying to make sure this person's good when I'm not good.
That's a little question there, right?
I know. It was massive. I know.
It takes a lot of work, but I think for me and for everyone, I would say that you need to check in with yourself daily, first of all, because when you're able to cultivate a loving and inner world with yourself, then you never feel like that you need to do in order to receive from someone else. So everything you're giving is from the space of overflow. It's from an unconditional space. It's from because you just are loving, and not from the needing and the taking, because every day you're making sure that your own needs are met. Every day, Kim, I say to myself, how can I love you more today, Shari? How can I love you more? What do you need? And just that conversation that I have with myself, and listening, and then giving. And if the answer is just rest, then it's rest. If it's, give yourself a hug, then it's give yourself a hug. If it's reach out, whatever that is, I listen, I honor, and then that already makes me feel filled and supported. So anything else that I do, I'm not doing to receive back.
I love that. I know that resonated with somebody, whether it's someone live or on the replay. Let us know if it was you. And Carol is saying that is a great quote, going back to the Mother Teresa quote, definitely. And Chrissy, of course, is saying, you definitely help us in so many ways. Beautiful.
Thank you.
And hello to Joanne as well. And I guess we've got a birthday. So happy birthday to Helene.
Happy birthday.
Awesome.
I was about to rap to her happy birthday.
We're getting ready. We're warming up for it.
So you didn't know that was my secret talent.
That was good. I like that little, okay. That was awesome. Okay. So now I'm going to get to the question I started to say a moment ago.
Okay.
Okay. So when I asked Shari what her vision was, she said, my 2020 vision is allowing peace within. I also love how that is so succinct. Okay. So when you think of that vision, allowing peace within, I want to ask you, what does that feel like for you?
It feels like my mind and heart are friends. It feels like, and the reason why I choose the word allowing is because we already have the peace within. But our minds and our mindsets can make us forget that, because they want to go nuts. They're there, like I said, digging up the past issues, trying to figure it all out, trying to problem solve. And when we are able, and I don't want to say shut down, because our minds are beautiful things, but they're there. It's about turning to them to support us and not to fight with us. And so when I think about allowing peace within, it's about creating that beautiful relationship within, the giving relationship where they can work in harmony together. And then that's where the peace lies. And it's it's daily work. For anyone that's listening, it is absolutely daily work. But when you have the tools and you have the mindset, that growth is possible, and that we are here learning, and that every day I get to be just a little bit better than I was the day before. That's what allows that.
Well, I love it. It was very exquisitely phrased, because it takes me back to what you were saying a moment ago about when you are already full, you don't need You don't need to get love from somebody else. You don't need to get whatever it might be, right? That peace. You don't need to go to some outside source or person for that peace. It's not finding the peace or discovering peace or whatever. I mean, we can use all those words, but ultimately it comes back to, wait a second, I can just allow and open up. And that's a very empowering way to speak about it and to think about it, because that's right. I have the power. I don't need anybody else to do anything different. I can choose that mindset, and I can choose to allow it right now myself in this moment. So
always, it's there. We all have it. It is there. And it is literally the choice. Am I going to continue to fight with this piece, or am I just going to sit back and go, all right, come on. All right.
Okay, so I like to add some photos to our Rise and Shine show. So Shari, I grabbed a few photos that represent some of this. Let me know if anything comes up for you. Anything come up for you when you look at that photo there?
Yeah, it looks like my mornings every day. It's just the peace and the start of a day, a new opportunity, connection, beauty, blessed, miracles.
Thank you. And one of the reasons why I like to add some photos, I just want to share this part, is to help people get in their mind's eye, like, what can having a vision, being in that vision, allowing your vision look like embodied or enacted for you. And so that's just another reason why I add these is, we're here having this conversation, but like for people who are very visual people, it can really help to go, oh, that's what me, being on the course towards my vision, my desires can look like. I can start my day by going out in nature and spending time alone. Yeah.
Every day. That's my life. That's what I said. That's me.
Okay. So I have another one here and I'm going to show it. I'm not going to say anything about it. I want to get your first thoughts on it. What comes up for you when you see this?
Just cute love. Just, just pure, like that, just purity. That's the goal, right? That's the goal, to be able to see yourself and go, I love you. So much stuff that you're taking by yourself.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. So I want to share, and let us know in the comment, for those who are with us, let us know what comes up for you when you see these images. And in particular, this one, what I particularly love about it, I'll be honest, when I first saw this photo, I was like, whoa. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. Mm-hmm. I love this because number one, so many things come up. Mirror work comes up, which can be incredibly hard to do.
Yep.
Second, it's a man. And if you are a man in the process of learning how to switch your mindset so that you can love yourself more, then do it. Do it, because you are worthy of that self-love. And I love that there's a man here and we have a photo of him showing how, the extent he's going to love himself and care about himself. I just absolutely want to acknowledge that.
Men, at the last event that I did, that I spoke at, I had two men separately come up to me. One cried in front of me, and it was said that both of them said separately that it was the first time that they connected with their inner child. And so it's a beautiful, because they're taught, and they told me that they're taught to just be strong and to keep, moving forward. And it was life-changing for them. And so when I see that, it's like, oh, I work with women specifically, but I was like, oh man, that's pretty powerful to see men have that transformation.
I mean, to me, that is really the sign of a very courageous, brave, a self-aware man who is making a powerful difference in the world by choosing to connect to his emotions that way. And you can still be a masculine man if that's you. Like, it doesn't take anything away from that. I think it makes you more man.
I think I think it makes you more man to connect with your feelings, to own them, to be, I am whole, this is it. And this particular man that I remember, he was in his 70s, and he said he had gone his entire life without connecting to his younger self, who had, so that was like, woo, okay.
Wow. Wow.
Powerful.
That's awesome. That's very great. That's okay. Wonderful. All the words
Okay,
sort of
wonderful.
trickle out.
Next. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, just taking a quick look. Chrissy said at first she thought it was two men kissing. No, it was not two men kissing. And Kara, hello to Kara. Kara is saying self-love is key. It's always a work in process for me.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yes.
For all of us.
Completely. And so we are, let's see here. We've got a few more minutes. Let me pop one more image. We don't need to go in depth talking about it, but I just wanted to share this too. This is an image. There's lots of emotions and all those spokes on the wheel. And this woman is just totally like living it up in it. And I don't know, to me, Shari, this represents someone who is in that space of just totally, their cup is overfloweth.
Yeah. Just freedom. I mean, just like look at all that light just coming from the heart center and everything. There's just so much freedom in that. It looks like owning yourself. It looks like bathing in life. I don't know. That just looks like freedom. Peace within. Peace.
Yes, peace within, total freedom. And I'm happy to share. I think I'll share this in the Every Day is a New Day group when we're done, because what I love about this is the range of emotions. This isn't, oh, self-love, you're just going to be happy and love and everything's all that. It's saying it's okay to own the heavier emotions too. Like you get to do all of it.
Yeah, self-love is all about just full acceptance of where you are in that moment with kindness, compassion, grace, and love. That's it. It doesn't mean like you're like, I mean, yeah. I mean, before we even came live on air, I was talking about the challenge that I've been having. And literally it's not about beating myself up over it. It's about gently carrying myself through it. That's what self-love is to me.
Well, and I'll just say that to me, that's the sign of a real, true, deep teacher, because a teacher is also always a student. That's what I've learned, right?
Yeah. And especially when you have the mindset of like growth and always learning and always evolving and always healing, guess what you do? You always grow, you evolve, you heal, and you know what? Sometimes it hurts. And sometimes it's hard. And sometimes it's challenging. And you know what about all of that? It's all okay, because the other side is beautiful. Oh, look at that.
Whose book is that? I want to quickly make sure everyone knows that Shari is the author, the best-selling author of Love Yourself Happy, A Journey Back to You. And you can definitely get that on Amazon now. Did you want to say anything about that before I take it off screen?
I'm just proud of it. That's it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So you know what? So we've got a few more minutes. We are doing good on time.
Good. I think
we're doing good on time. Okay. I'm going to pull a couple of cards, and Shari, I would love if you will tell me when to stop. That's what I'm doing. So let me just shuffle a few times first, actually. Let's just shuffle. Okay, and then Shari, tell me when to stop. When you tell me to stop, I'm going to choose the card that's on top.
Okay. Stop.
Okay, I think we've got two then. My hands are in two places. Okay. So
my messages come quick.
On the left side, we have, I rejoice in my creative energy. And the back says, fun, uplifting ideas flow through my consciousness, and I follow through on the ideas received, bringing them into full manifestation.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. Okay. Creative ideas flowing.
Okay, and on the right side, look what is here.
Wow.
I am good enough. Yes. Okay, let me read the back. It says, there is no need to struggle to be better. All I need to do is love myself more today than yesterday and treat myself as someone who is deeply loved.
Yeah. I just want to connect those two cards right now. So the program that I have coming up is called I Am Enough. And the other aspect of the other card was about creativity. And where I can get stuck is not allowing that creativity to flow, because I could be stuck in my mindset. So there was the two of that, and just the connection of the two. And the message for me personally today is just to let it flow and have the creativity and the flow. And I am good enough. And that's what I will be sharing and teaching.
I love it. Well, and what came up for me as you were saying that is that your ability to click into or to, induce more self-love, however you want to put that together, supports the easing of the mindset.
Mhm. And see, and the thing about our minds is that they're on autopilot. And that's what I really try to get people to understand, that there's nothing wrong with you. All of our minds do it. And again, it's a form of protection. Whether it's comfortable or not, it's trying to keep us safe. It's trying to control situations so you don't get hurt again, so you don't find yourself in challenging situations. And so it sits in this place that it thinks is comfortable. And so when you catch yourself there, it's just about the acknowledgement. Oh, there you are. There you are, minds. All right, I got this. Heart's got this. We're okay. And that's the mindset that I work with. I was going to say Bette Midler's here. But
Yes.
I misread that.
Betty Wilder, she's just as awesome.
I bet she is, but even more because she's here.
And okay, we've got a couple of comments, to see here. So let me go back. Sherry here, or Chrissy was saying, I really wish I was good enough. And Sherry was being very supportive. Do you want to speak to that really quick, Sherry?
Sure. This idea of not good enough is, it is a mindset. It's big. I can get overwhelmed with emotions right now, because the truth is that we all are, right? And it's our minds that build these bars that we need to somehow reach. And it stems back, of course, from the first time that someone gave us this message that we weren't enough, that we had to do something to prove ourselves, that there was some way that we had to show up for them, because they had that mindset. They had that belief that they weren't good enough. And so they went trying to get everybody else to show them that they were enough. And so we learned that we had to do what somebody else wanted. And so we forgot about our own enoughness. And so it's about the belief, it's about the faith and the courage and the trust to sit in that, to know that there's nothing that you have to do, no hoops that you have to jump through, that you just already are. And again, like the peace, just allowing that to settle in. It's work, of course, and that's why I'm teaching about it. But it's possible, and it's truth, and it is, and you are. And so I would just say, I am enough.
Beautiful. Thank you to speaking to that. And we are at the end of today's show. I do want to remind everyone that you can connect more with Shari by going to ShariAlyse.com, and that link is in the comments here on Facebook. And Shari, I have this last question I like to ask everybody, and we're going to roll with it. So whatever comes up for you is what comes up for you. But just having a little fun with the word mindset or vision, would you be open to making up a random song with one of those words in it?
Mindset or vision? Oh gosh. So I just keep having this other song lyric that keeps coming up for me, that does not have those words in it, but it is a mindset.
We'll go with that.
Is that cool? And you might know the song. So if you do, you can maybe sing it with me. It's from Jason Mraz, the song Remedy, The Remedy. And there's a favorite line in there that it's one of my favorite lines. And it always says, you can put out the sun, but I'm still gonna shine, and I'll tell you why. I'm not a singer. And it's just, you could put out the sun, but I'm still gonna shine. And that for me is about enoughness. It's about self-love. It's about there's nothing that anybody can do or take away from us. No matter what is going on, we sit there in that center and we are just lighting up the world.
Shari, thank you so much for sharing that line from that song with us. I really appreciate it. It was beautiful.
Still gonna shine, and I'll tell you. Okay. God, I wish I could sing.
No, you know what? I think whenever someone chooses to use their voice in a way that maybe they don't typically, it's also a sign of bravery, of courage, and also speaks to the degree of what self-love can help you with. It's okay. It's not about having to be perfect. It's all good. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Thanks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Well, that is our show for today. Let me know in the comments what you're taking away. We still have, the comments are like flowing through. I need a little assistant here. It's, I hope that you all are, Kara is saying, love it, ladies. Thank you. And Chrissy is saying, you go, girl. Sing it, girl.
Sing it, girl.
And we have thank you.
You can put out the sun, but I'm still gonna shine, and I'll tell you why. Okay, that part I'll never get, because the remedy is the experience. This is a dangerous liaison. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna keep going. We have a full-on show by the end of this.
Yes, exactly.
Just kidding. Okay, so let us know what you're taking away from today's show. And remember that self-love, your mindset also supports your ability to love yourself, and your ability to love yourself also supports you being able to shift into a mindset that can be in alignment with your vision, your desires, moving forward in whatever way is meaningful for you. And so grateful that you are here with us today. We're going to be coming back again on Monday with another Rise and Shine, Creating 2020 Vision conversation talking about mindset. And until then, I hope you absolutely will take time to love yourself, allow peace, just like what Shari was talking about. Remember that you have the ability, you have the power to shift in whatever direction you choose. It doesn't have to be whatever's right in front of you. What do you want? You can choose something different. And with that, have an amazing day, everybody. Thank you so much, Shari. I'm grateful to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you all again very soon. Stay right there.